In this video, we'll be doing our warp speed review of the premiere episode for Star Trek Lower Decks, entitled Second Contact. Now, this is your red alert warning for spoilers, so if you haven't watched the episode yet and don't want to know the details, be sure to check it out first. Also, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell for notifications so you never miss a video. Now, if this is your first contact with us, welcome aboard. My name's Carl Bromley, and this is the Trekkie's Guide to the Galaxy. The USS Cerritos is docked at Douglas Station prior to its second contact mission in the Gala system. Ensign Boimler is recording a captain's log and is interrupted and mercilessly ridiculed by an intoxicated Ensign Mariner, who proceeds to grab a bat'leth from her box of contraband and accidentally slices deep into Boimler's leg. Prior to departure, the ship receives a crew rotation including Ensign Tendi, and she is given a tour of the ship by Boimler and Mariner as the Cerritos warps to its assignment. On arrival at the Gala system, First Officer Commander Ranson leads the away team and before returning to the ship is bitten by a fly. Back on the ship, Captain Freeman calls Boimler to her ready room and gives him the assignment of keeping an eye on his crewmate Mariner. If she breaks protocol, the captain wants to know. Boimler and Mariner are assigned to the away team that beam down to the planet to construct a new subspace array, and Mariner sneaks off in an Argo. When Boimler catches up with her, he accuses her of selling weapons when in fact, she's just giving local farmers some tools. With the farmers running off scared, a giant spider cow escapes its cage and hunts down the two ensigns. Fortunately for Boimler, the creature is a herbivore and just suckles him for moisture. Meanwhile, Rutherford, the young cybernetically enhanced engineer, is on a date in the ship's bar, where Ranson's bug bite causes him to become an enraged zombie and start attacking the rest of the crew, and the ship is quickly overrun by zombies. As the team in sickbay fight to help injured crew members and the rest of the crew fight for survival, the away team returns and Dr. Ta'ana manages to synthesize a cure for the rage virus from the spider cow's saliva covering Ensign Boimler. Boimler decides not to tell on Mariner after hearing the captain credit the success of defeating the rage virus to the senior crew, and they all meet up in the ship's bar where Mariner is so happy with Boimler that she decides to be his mentor, which Boimler is obviously thrilled with. So what did I like about this episode? Well, number one, I love the enthusiasm that the main characters have. Being an animated show allows the characters to be larger than life, and the creators of the show are using this to full effect to really highlight each of the characters' main traits. I feel like after just this one episode, I could probably give a pretty good rundown of all of our main characters, which, considering we've only been watching them for 25 minutes, is a real credit to Mike McMahon, the show's writer. The episode has two very distinct A and B plots which combine really well together at the end, and it's a typical Star Trek type of plot that is used for this opening episode which, along with being based in the TNG era, gives the show a really familiar feel. There are plenty of references back to previous Trek which are great for long-time Trekkies, but at the same time the show doesn't need us as an audience to have a prior knowledge of Trek to enjoy it. They just add an extra layer for anyone that spots them. As far as premieres for new Star Trek shows go, I genuinely think this ticks a lot of boxes, and ticks them well. I know a lot of people aren't keen on the idea of a comedy-based Star Trek, but I personally don't see that as a problem. It is still showing us great lessons and morals, which we'll be going into in our Level 1 Diagnostic review later this week, but it gives us a giggle along the way. The show has been brilliantly crafted with the fans in mind every step of the way. The animation standard is great, and it's just an all-around easy watch. If Lower Decks continues the way it started, then I think it's going to be a very likeable show. And I'm going to give Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1, Episode 1, Second Contact, a warp factor rating of 7.5.